Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday morning. I hope everyone is doing well. This morning, we will be discussing the Braxtons, Season 1, Episode 3, Family Matters. That is what this episode is. Also, all things in this video are alleged and they are from my opinions. They're used for entertainment purposes. Make sure you are liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. And with that being said, let's get started on this review. This review starts with Miss Evelyn, Trina, and Tawanda meeting up for lunch. They are joking, having fun, talking about different things. They make the comment of, Trina knows where the best drinks are and they could use a drink. And Mama Braxton is talking about she wants a virgin drink. She don't want a slut. She wants a virgin. Twanda like, Mama just asked for a mocktail. And I'm like, okay, what was the purpose of saying all that? Mama, you trying to tell us something? What you trying to tell us? And while they were at lunch, little Kevin called Tawanda. And she feels like, because they still didn't say what his arrest was related to. However, the thought is that something happened in the midst of this divorce because from what they're saying, they are having a messy divorce. And when she said that, me and my mind is like, look, Kevin, a little scratchy. You ain't laid your hands on Olivia, did you? Huh? You ain't put your hands on Olivia, did you? Can't say it was the other way around because he got arrested. So I don't know. But it's something going on, and they trying to be on a reality television show, but not trying to show us everything that's going on. Don't try to halfway put out what's going on with this arrest sort of kind of thing, but don't want to tell us why he sort of kind of got arrested. We want to know. But me and my thoughts, these are just my thoughts. I'm wondering if Homeboy done put his hands on Olivia. I think that's that girl name. I think that's what was said that girl name was a while ago. Anyway, they're stating that they don't know what's really going on with him. Trina lets them know that, she needs more therapy and she's going to continue going to therapy. Tawanda says that she needs to see the therapist every week. Mama Braxton is saying that she's glad that Trina is going to continue going to therapy. And me personally thinks all of y'all need to be going to therapy. I really do. Mama, you need to start too. But that's just me and my thoughts. Trina makes the statement as that she doesn't know how to compartmentalize her feelings. So she needs to learn how to do that. And Mama Braxton makes the statement of Tracy, rest in peace, Tracy, had asked them prior to her passing for them to get along. And it's devastating for her to see that they aren't doing so. And so to wonder, is it that they're really not getting along, or are they dealing with their loss. Everybody is dealing with their loss in different ways. And with that being said, no one knows how to convey those emotions to each other. And then you got a lot of people that don't want to convey those emotions to everybody, because everybody is not going to be vulnerable to let you know exactly what's going on in their head and in their hearts and in their and how they're feeling. Being vulnerable is a scary position to be in. For real, it really is. So, everybody deals with stuff in their own ways, so they're being protective of their feelings. And she feels that Tawanda, Tony, and Tamar have a wall up, and they probably do. But Missy, you got one up too. And if we being honest, homegirl, I feel like it's just anytime you see Miss Evelyn and Daddy Braxton in a scene together, you can just see like the animosity that she still has for this man. So you need therapy. You talking about your kids needing therapy, you need it too. Because y'all can't even be in the room together without you acting like you didn't like this man. Because even when y'all was doing the grief counseling and he was up on the TV, you was sitting there all tensed up. I don't know. You just, you still got issues that you need to work on and get out your own system. And, she gets up and, well, she's getting ready to leave. She lets them know that, she appreciates them for taking her out to lunch. She can't pay the bill because Tony gonna have a fit. And it was like, well, how Tony gonna know? And she's like, because I'm gonna tell. Then she called her, and then they was like, "You a snitch, baby girl. Snitches get stitches." And then she walks up out of there. I'm like, child, Mom Braxton been wanting to be the star of this show for the longest. She been wanting to be a star. In case you didn't know, now you know. Next scene, we'll see Tony meeting up with her management team. And, they're going over how, they're going to do things if she starts feeling fatigued and tired during her performance. Because, she's doing the residency in Vegas with Cedric the Entertainer. So, she lets them know she hasn't, or she lets us know she hasn't performed in over 4 years. And she has a lot of anxiety dealing with her health. Her one of her management people makes the statement of, he will stop the entire show when it comes to her health. So that's basically what that scene was, basically just Tony is stressing over, performing after she hasn't performed in so long. And with all the health issues she's got going on, she's really nervous about that. Next scene is with Tamar and Miss Evelyn. Baby, Miss Evelyn was in just about every episode, not every episode, every scene on this episode. But with this particular scene, it shows where her and Tamar are doing a cooking show. And I guess this she been wanting to do for a while, and now she's able to get in her little spotlight and try to shine. That's what she's trying to do. And she says that food brings peace, probably because they're not arguing, because they eating. You can't argue it, but you got people that argue and eat. So I guess when they're cooking and getting along, cooking is their bonding time when they're able to get along without arguing. We see where Trina shows up at the end. You can see where they're decorating the cake. Well, not so they. It's more so Mama Braxton is decorating the cake. And she says, you can't say it don't look good. But Trina said, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, because homegirl saying, Mama, That cake don't look good. It may look good to you, but it might not look good over here. It might taste good though, but it don't look good. Baby, Tamar fell out. She couldn't even stop laughing. She just fell to the floor. I have to look at her, still being her extra self. But it looked like they was enjoying themselves. And we'll see where she's talking to Tamar about the fact that she's wanted a cooking show for a long time. Tamar says she was, glad she could help make her mother's dreams come true. And she says that besides her writing the book, this project is by far her favorite. And, she states that, in writing her book, she is showing that she has to be in active therapy. She hasn't found a name for her book because she's steadily going through therapy. And she says she's come to the realization that she's just that is going to have to be in therapy at all times. Well, we glad you're going through therapy, baby, but sometimes it don't look like it's beneficial. I mean, you going through therapy and then you get on the book of the social media and you just blast your family and then you in this JR situation, whatever. Next, we'll see Tony, and she is in rehearsal. She's doing her choreography, and it showed a nice little piece of her and her choreography where they was just doing the 1 2 1 2 1 2. So they was doing a lot of choreography. And then we'll see, and she says that performing is always physically demanding for her. But then we will see where Tawanda will call her and she lets Tawanda know that she's at rehearsal. And she lets her know that little Kevin, aka Scratchy, is out of jail. And he didn't call them to let them know that he was out. She lets her know that Trina is going to continue going to grief therapy. And she feels Trina needs to open up and be honest about her feelings. Then she asks Tony when is she going to go to therapy because, they feel like Tony needs some therapy and she does. So hopefully she'll get it. And, Tony lets them know that she didn't want to talk about it right now because based off of the last conversation, she was drained. She couldn't bring that up again. She had revealed too much back when she did. Next, we'll see Trina going to therapy. And, it's mentioned that she has depression, anxiety, PTSD, and she feels like she has a lot of work to do. She hasn't been able to sleep. And the therapist lets her know that being able to sleep is going to be important for her recovery. She lets her know that at one point she could, because she was talking about how she can't control her thoughts. And she lets her know that at one point in time she was able to, but that changed when Gabe passed away. She lets us know that she felt that she was punished by Bun when he passed away because he felt like she was grieving over another man when she wasn't, because she was married to Gabe for a long time, and her and Gabe was there a long time, so it was understandable that she would grieve the loss of him. But her husband at that time didn't feel that way, but they was able to come to terms with it. She lets the therapist know that Gabe used to visit her in her sleep, and sometimes Tracy does also. She feels, that's why she can't sleep. The therapist asks, has you ever, asked for them not to come visit you in your sleep so you can get some rest? And she was like, yeah. But when she closes her eyes, she says she sees Tracy being ill and a color leaving her body. And it makes her feel fearful. And the therapist asks what she's fearful of. And she states that they didn't embrace each other as they should have. She wonders who could possibly be next. And they're not working through things as a family. So she feels like they're falling apart. Next, we'll see Trina at her house and she's packing because her and Tawanda, her fiance, and Vaughn are gonna go to DC to find out what's going on with little Kevin. Vaughn tells Trina that she deflects, and he states that she had a session, and when she came back, she was off to herself. So, Trina really doesn't want to talk about it because she's just gotten to the point where she's able to talk about it with a therapist. She's not ready to just be all out talking to everybody about it. But what she tells him is, or what we see that she tells him, is how Tony was vulnerable for the first time that she can ever remember when she was telling them the prior week about her health situation. And she feels like, if it gets to the point where she's divulging information and being vulnerable and opening up like that to the point that you can tell that she's literally scared and worried, then it's serious, because she said Tony doesn't do that. Tony doesn't open up about her health issues. She normally keeps that close to the vest, which is probably why she's suffering so much anxiety, because she keeps everything bottled up. You can't keep everything bottled up, because that will kill you. But they finished packing, and Vaughn asked her to help him pack, and she was like, "No, you ain't help me." The last thing is, we'll see where Tawanda is trying to call her nephew, but she can't reach him. She states that he's been having seizures since his mom passed, and he never takes more than 2 days before he calls them back. And they hadn't heard from him in a few, it's been longer than 2 days. But it shows where she goes to pick up her kids. And she lets us know that, she's working on her PhD. And the kids are asking, can they go with her? And she was like, no, y'all in school. And they was like, we done took our midterms, we done did this, we done did, because they trying to figure out a way to go. And she's still like, no, 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 no. And then she was like, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So we don't know whether or not the kids went, because, the scene will end with them getting a phone call. And the phone call is from Lil Kevin, where he actually calls Tawanda back. And she lets him know that she had been trying to call him and hadn't been able to get through to him. He lets her know that, when he got locked up, he had his phone, but when he got released, he no longer had his phone. So he don't know where his phone is. So now he needs a phone. So we don't know where his phone is. We don't even know who phone he calling from. But she lets him know that her and Trina are coming to see him, and they'll work on getting him a phone when they get there, because they're going to get it worked out. Anywho, that is going to be it. And that is all. I had to get up to try to do a quick little review. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do the Family Empire, because I got to go to work today, you all. So probably won't be today. And then I got to do Love and Marriage Huntsville tomorrow also. So I'll probably do 2 I don't know if I'm gonna do 2 pre-recordeds or what, because I wanna do Family Empire, but I also wanna do Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I want to do, Kingdom Business. I wanna do those tomorrow. I'm not gonna make any promises because it's gonna be late when I get off work tonight, so I'm not gonna make no promises, but I do wanna do those, so be on the lookout for at least 2 videos tomorrow. Hopefully, it'll be 3, but don't hold me to that. So, yeah. But that is going to be it for this review. Please drop down in the comments. Let me know what you thought of this review or this episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I pray that you all have an amazing and blessed Saturday. And I will talk to you soon. Goodbye.